we're gonna be going Valor could be going up against Cronus in a match today, Season 2, Week 7, Match 4. I'm already slipping up, and today I'm gonna be with.
Oh, Sun-Kissed Stars, hello.
Yeah. So, do you know too much about each of the teams, or?
I know Valor recently lost a couple of their players. They lost a co-captain a little while back, but I know Valor's a very strong team as well as Cronus. Cronus has a lot of very stacked players on their roster.
Yeah, I mean, my team, Aporia, no big, went against Valor last week, and I wanted to throw my head through my own TV by the end of the first two maps. But that's just how they play. They're a really strong team. They're solid, and they like their damage. And that's what I'll say about them. Don't really know too much about Cronus though, so it's gonna be pretty exciting to see that go into action.
Both teams are ready, by the way.
Both teams are ready. Lijiang Tower is already on. All right, and guess I will start up. So I mean, we're going into Lijiang Tower, and this is a pretty well liked map for a lot of different people, a lot of environmentals for those Lucio, Hammond, Farah mains and whatnot. A lot of good sight lines for snipers. What do you think we'll see as we're going into Garden?
I feel like we're gonna see a lot of goats. Looking at the past, few matches that teams have played this past week, goats has been very, very popular, especially Zen goats. But a couple of teams may switch it up and run the Moira goats like Sleepless did.
Yeah, I mean, goats is like it's goats. It's a nice 3-3 composition. But the thing about it is that there's a lot of variety to its own setup. However, we're going to be seeing a dive come on the side of Cronus with a Hammond and a Diva replacing a Winston.
Well, triple DPS.
Triple.
Is it triple DPS?
Nope,
Is it?
it's
Hold
nope,
on.
it's a
No,
Hammond
just
and a
kidding. I'm
Diva.
blind.
We're already slipping up this far. Anyways, we're gonna be going against Valor's Sim Goats composition.
Nope.
Yeah.
Standard. No. Is it? Ganotis and goats.
Yeah, it's
Some goats.
so they're gonna be teleporting on the point right now, and we're gonna be seeing a nice point control taken by Valor. However, Lucio is gonna fall due to Farah, as your aim as Cronus is just going to be to put as much damage as possible. Cammy Wisp taking down Lucio, equalizing the supports on each side. However, Fair is getting a lot of damage, demeching Diva as point becomes online. And we are going to be seeing a point control by Valor as Lucio gets rezzed for Cronus. Hopefully they could try to restabilize, push in again. However, Cammy Wisp is not having it right now, destroying it on the Diva, and you can't really get in if you are on Cronus. I mean, like, there's a lot of point control there, point presence on the side of Valor. Do you think Cronus needs to switch it up, or just need to go again?
I definitely believe that Cronus needs to be a lot more aggressive here. Their playstyle has been very passive, and they've let Cammy push them very, very hard with no punishment from them. So I feel like what they need to do is they need to be more aggressive and focus on punishing those of Valor that are overextending and kind of just poking at them in their backlines right now, as well as managing their ult economy. They do have almost three ults online right now, so that might be interesting to see how they disperse those throughout the fight. Valkyrie's already come up, but Valor's just punishing it.
Yeah, and we are going to be seeing Valor kind of take out the trash here with Cronus being able to wrap him up.
You can't take shots at the team.
That was not meant to be a shot. That was meant to be a cleanup.
Oof, okay. We will see.
It came out terrible, but Anyways, we are going to be seeing Farah and an EMP, meaning that there can be a serious combo here. A Simbear come online, that might be erased soon.
Here comes the EMP and here comes the barrage. Gets two picks. Ryan and Lucio both go down. Badass Ghastly gets their ass back up on the pyro. Silver picks Shop Life, and that's a one fight for Cronus there. But Valor has 93% already, taken.
Yeah, I think Cronus can really dominate the skies with this Pharah. However, we are going to see a switch from Valor as there might be
They're of
another
their
VAR.
own.
Yeah, a Diva
The
Bomb
bomb
coming
comes out
out
from Canyon.
does
Makes
not
some
get
space for
anything.
them to get
Yeah,
across the bridge, though. It's a battle of the skies, as both Pharahs are putting a lot of pressure on each other. Peck is just trying to charge up some ult charge here, and Pyro gets a nice boop onto Rambo off the side. Speaking of off the side, there goes the Mercy, barely being able to get back up. Silver picks non-human, and Ambassador's trading picks with them, but Cronus coming back out on top of the fight again. Oh, Cammy gets a pick on the Silver. Still trying to contest this point, a stall for his team.
all right,
And
that's
Pick killed himself. Little weird.
yeah, just a tactical reset. I mean, right now, if you're Valor, you can only hope to regroup and just go again, as famous legend XQC once said. Anyways,
They did make the switch off of the Pharah onto the Hanzo here, probably to put a bit more pressure on Cronus' Pharah, who has Barrage right now, and they're coming up on Shatter. They do have Shatter now, and they also have Valkyrie as well, compared to only Coalescence from Valor's side.
Barrage
Seem
is
to be
going to
using
come
this
out.
as a dry fight of sorts to try and farm some ultimates here. Or not, here comes the Coalescence, just to try to sustain the tanks here. Non-human on his way back from spawn. No picture, and actually really massive shatter coming out from Silver here. Just cleaning up the rest of what Valor have.
Yeah, the thing is there.
No one can touch. That's a 1 point for Cronus here.
Cronus didn't realize. Cronus did realize that there wasn't currently a shield. Valor had, whether Ryan was trying to reposition or whatnot, and taking advantage of that with the Lucio speed boost made for a really quick fight. How do you think Valor is going to need to turn this around?
They're definitely gonna have to be a lot more coordinated with their ults there. We can see where they were just spitting out ults out of nowhere using a bunch at once, and it was destroying their ult economy. So they definitely have to manage those a bit better and focus more on getting combos than anything, just to kind of put some more pressure onto Cronus here.
Yeah, we are going to see a Pharah swap over to the Doomfist. Meanwhile, a Reaper going on for Valor. And
Probably to try and put some pressure onto that Reinhardt there. He's been left unpunished for a while now.
not at all.
Okay, both teams are making a push for the point here. Half and half. Pyro gets an early pick onto non-human.
Reaper tries to do something.
Shoplife does get the rest back up onto the Reinhardt though, as Rambo picks the Ana, evening out the fight here for Valor. And Pyro playing really aggressive here with his Doomfist does pick Ambassador.
Yeah, that being said, Valor's really giving him the space to play aggressive as Doomfist. And if you give a Doomfist like this space to work with, he's definitely going to take it.
Most definitely. Let's see, Valor regrouping here for a minute, making the swap onto the McCree. Probably to try and put some CC out on that Doomfist.
Doomfist is going to try to make way onto Valor's Rhine. However,
Nice
Valor's
pick onto
Rhine,
the Stalker
yeah.
from non-human. And no mercy for the res there either. The Valor is up in this fight pretty early on. They get the hack off onto the Rhine, focusing him down right now with Cammy at pretty high charge. That gets the pick on the Silver, and Valor makes a push for the point. Meteor Strike comes out, not really finding any worth though. Block does manage to pick Cammy. Seems no res will be coming up from Valor here. Badass Ghastly picking Rambo. Valkyrie comes out from the side of Valor. And they're just trading picks back and forth. The Nano comes out onto the Doomfist. They just destroy Valor here.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty bright for Valor for a second there, but Cronus just kind of shut that down, especially a Nano on the Doomfist. That does a whole lot of damage to put Valor in a world hurt.
Their their biggest problem there was letting Cammy die so early on in that fight. They were up by 2, and they let their full charge Zarya get picked immediately, which meant no grab for them. Speaking of grabs, both come out. VALOR gets a massive or no, I'm sorry, not VALOR. Cronus gets a massive EMP onto VALOR, but VALOR's cleaning up the picks here. Finally, some follow-up. And they cap the point at 99%. They're gonna have to try and full hold this here.
The thing is that the EMP that Cronus had came out way too late, meaning that a lot of the EMP's value, EMP being a very strong ultimate, was just kind of mitigated because there's the grab already. We're gonna see an EMP come out. Yeah.
Five of Cronus hacked, so an actually massive EMP comes out here from Heck. Rambo got the pick on the Silver. They're just pushing Cronus back here, trying to keep them contained in this choke. Cronus with 4 ultimates of their own online compared to the 1 ultimate coming online for VALOR here. Speaking of which, here comes Coalescence. Ooh, Meteor Strike comes out as well. Looking for some squishies. Doesn't manage to find any, but that's an absolutely beautiful shatter from Human there. Putting some pressure onto that nano grind. A shatter of his own comes out blocked, and a huge grab comes out from Cammy Wisp. Actually beautiful. And that seems to be another 1 fight there for VALOR.
You only need 1 or 2 more of those before you have a map of your own.
Cammy kind of showing them who's boss here, punishing that Ana.
However, Sombra is getting a lot of poke on VALOR. Charging the EMP relatively quickly, but can you charge it faster than VALOR's?
Oh, here comes the grab out from Cronus. A rally comes out from the side, but that's a massive anti. Not much they can do. A huge EMP with all 6 of Cronus hacked, and VALOR just cleaning up the picks here.
Yep.
Cronus trying their best to try to stall this out a bit. Flat getting picked and losing all of his charge. And there won't be enough time to get back, so that is a 1 point there for VALOR.
Yeah, and if you look closely at Cronus's ults, they almost have 4 ults online alone, which could definitely swing things. But they weren't able to get that extra ult charge. They weren't able to get play as aggressive as needed, and they just kind of fell.
On those ults for too long too.
Yeah, like, and that's pretty key. You saw a lot of VALOR's ults come out a bit more consistently than Cronus's, and a lot of those ults were put into really good use. Grab, for example.
Here we go. We finally get to see Cammy play his famous Junkrat.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be
switching onto the Mei as well.
Yeah, the Junkrat Mei triple DPS is a comp that will focus on sustaining, but also damage, due to
the come out from Cronus as well. Sorry.
Alright there.
That's 2 picks for VALOR here. Actually decimating with their Rhine. Yeah, their Rhine. And Cammy as well, getting a lot of the picks. Mei putting so much pressure on them here. Kind of forcing them to back up into spawn. But, oh, there we go. Finally capped the point.
Yeah, they're going to be holding close because you have the Mei and the Junkrat. The shields basically will be inexistent.
A lot of spam damage down this choke. If you were Cronus, you might want to try and go a different way. Ooh, the tire from Cammy gets destroyed by Silver. A nice fire strike. However, VALOR has a lot of ults coming online. A big shatter comes out, and they're just cleaning up the picks once again. Another 1 fight for VALOR.
Stopping Cronus in their tracks after their first map. VALOR's gotten a lot more coordinated, especially as the Junkrat Mei composition. There is also a lot of heals for the Rhine, so the front line isn't really too diminished by that. There's going to be a shift from Cronus onto the left side. However, Zen is going to get walled off. He's going to fall, and it's going to be a 5v6 as now you see whether Cronus wants to push in or not. Looks like they're holding back for now. Although VALOR can completely charge this, they choose to play more defensively, possibly smart for their DPS composition right now.
Oh, here comes the Blizzard. Ryan charging in, but they're letting the Zarya kind of farm grab right there, not really putting too much pressure on him and letting them farm off of the... Ooh, big tire comes out from Cammy. And a nice bomb from Flock, but it's not enough to help Cronus here.
I'm pretty sure Ryan I'm pretty sure Ryan over on VALOR's side twisted his shield at the last second, killing his Lucio, but that doesn't really matter too much. He's almost already back.
And there he is before the fight's even started. Meanwhile, oh, a bit of a scuffed shatter comes out there from Silver. It's frozen and pinned. All of the ults are coming out here from the side of VALOR, trying to kind of hold them. The grab comes out from Cronus, but it's not enough to stop VALOR. You have the Lucio contesting point, and another one of Cammy's tires comes out. A lot of pressure on this Ryan here, keeping him away from the point. Trying their best to pick this Lucio, though. Survivability so far has been pretty impressive. But another Blizzard comes out. Finally catching that Lucio. Putting all of their focus onto this Reinhardt right now. Bit of an odd shatter, but that's a lot of picks there for Cronus. Maybe able to flip this point with 99% on for VALOR. VALOR chooses to back out and reset.
Yeah, why do you think Cronus was able to finally push into that?
They definitely had that Lucio there that came in very much very clutch. If he hadn't been able to contest for as long as he had, he wouldn't have been able to, you know, no one else would have been able to touch point, and that would have been a one map for VALOR. So that Lucio definitely came in handy there.
Yeah.
Oh, not even off the map. Can we get the pick onto the Mora though? Egg picking Pyro? They should probably be able to move in with that as their Ryan is coming out of spawn right now. This gives VALOR a chance to be a bit more aggressive with Heck putting in a lot of work here.
Ryan falling early. And hopefully you're just going to try to stall if you're on Cronus. D.Va's tossing a bomb right now. Lucio comes out in response. Bomb finds nothing right now. And right now there's just going to be a tire that gets no value.
Oh. Here comes Heck putting in a lot of work here for VALOR. However, Rick actually gets 2 picks onto Cammy and the Brigitte, but Heck is still just punishing them. All that's left here is this Mora and this Tracer. They're 1 hero or 2 heroes away now from winning this map. More of Cronus starts to fill in. They spin off to the Hammond for the contest, but it's a beautiful shatter that comes out from non-human here, allowing Heck to pick the Lucio. Cammy getting the pick onto the Brigitte as well.
Heck stopping the Tracer in their tracks.
In favor of VALOR. Oh, we have one guy. You have to pause it. You have to pause it. Shop life is gone.
I didn't think I had my my pause button bound.
I did that earlier today, and I didn't have the, like, I had it bound, but I couldn't find it during the imperfect game, and we had to give them an extra 5 minutes because I scuffed it and couldn't pause it for a minute.
Oh man.
Where is Ready Shub? There it is. Okay, so starting right now, VALOR will have 15 minutes to get that specific player back in. Yep, there he is. You can pause it.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and there's another countdown.
Pause it again.
Does he have to load in?
Yeah, he has to like actually load in. He said hold on just a second.
Alright.
He's not like in.
I wasn't checking the ready sub confirmation.
Good job. Good thing I'm here.
Scuffed here.
Scuffed casting confirmed. This is the second DC due to internet today. Happened to Lexi's and Enrique earlier. Okay, they're good. Go ahead and start it.
All right.
Cammy getting to pick on a badass Ghastly. X still putting in lots of work picking the supports, and that is map 1 that goes to VALOR. Current score is 1-0 in favor of VALOR. Nice.
Yeah, no, Valor looked really uncoordinated. It's either Valor looked really uncoordinated or Cronus was able to play more aggressive into the first map. And that's why they won that first map, the first round at least. But Valor's like, hey, we have a Junkrat, and then here you go. Anyways, second map is going to be Horizon Lunar Colony. Probably one of the most hit or miss maps.
Yeah. It's a very popular map for bunker here.
Definitely. There are a lot of ways to play this, whether you wanted a straight bunker, if you want to go double snipers, or you can run any of those combination type of things. Triple DPS also works on this if you play it right, at least. You get multiple crossfires in anyways. Check ready and sub confirmations, see if they are good to go.
Okay.
Alright, that's Lunar Colony.
Okay, both teams are ready.
Alright, we're gonna be starting it. Alright, so we're gonna be going into Lunar Colony. We said there fair chance for bunker here. Junkrat very strong. Looking at you, Valor. Anyways, we're gonna be starting to see Valor's first defense and Cronus's first offense. Score is 1-0. Valor is up right now. And why don't you run us through the comps that we're gonna see right now?
So we're more than likely, yep, here we go. We have the bunker coming out from the side of Valor, running the Junkrat, the Hammond. Oh, kind of a little bit of an odd bunker here. We'll see a triple D, nope, can't count. Wait, no, I can count. I can count this time. A triple DPS bunker? No, they swapped off their Sombra for a Mercy there. So we'll see a more standard version of bunker here coming out from Cronus. However, we'll be seeing a triple DPS Hammond comp come out. Nope, just kidding, still can't count. Yeah, no, can't count. It's just standard 2-2-2, but they're running a weird version of dive here.
So, it's worth to note, if you're Hammond, there's a glitch on this map where, not necessarily like illegal or anything, where you can put your grapple and you could spin around in a circle onto the Bastion, and so that's what they're going to be doing. So Hammond can be spinning around in his own flaming ball.
In this house, we don't use glitches and bugs in games. So we'll see Valor putting a lot of pressure onto Cronus on the bottom, getting a nice pull from non-human, but not able to capitalize on any picks just quite yet. Silver's very low HP. Not too sure if he's able to get back to his team yet or not. We'll see Lucio be able to slide in, get some heals up onto the Hammond there. Cammy gets a nice pick onto Badass Ghastly pretty early on into the fight as well. Putting Valor in a very good position for defense here. Let's see the Junkrat. Oh, Hammond manages to knock down the Orisa. All of Cronus here, diving the Orisa. However, they will have Heck to back up the Orisa, getting her out safely.
Yeah, we are going to see a fair amount of sustain onto the Orisa, which just shows...
We'll see a rotation coming out here from Valor. Rambo gets a nice pick on the Pyro here. Valor so far has been very, very consistent with cleaning up kills.
Yeah, no, they've had a really solid defense so far, but as I say that, the Orisa goes down. Yeah.
Not sure if there will be a res. There will be. Shotby will get the res back up onto the Orisa. However, Rambo is antied at the moment, and we'll hear the tire come out from Cammy, not really finding much worth though. The Hammond mines come out from the side of Cronus, and it gets one pick onto Cammy Wisp, and Silver manages to pick Ambassador as well. Getting so many picks with the mines here. Silver cleaning up the point. Practically on his own here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna putting mines on point on a small point like Lunar Colony, basically makes it literally makes it a minefield. I mean, there's not a whole lot of room you can move around, so you're either gonna have to delete the mines or like try to force your way through them. Either way, we're gonna be seeing this bunker still go on. Now a D.Va. That being said,
Surprisingly, no switches from either team yet. Cronus will have Dragons and D.Va Bomb coming online here.
there's a switch on the Rhine from Hammond. As Hans is good.
VALOR will only have bongos coming out, because they used quite a few ults last point. Cammy dropping dangerously low gets picked by Burke. Dragons come out, forcing VALOR to rotate down onto the point, where Flock can just pick away at the Orisa here. A lot of pressure comes onto VALOR as picks are coming out from the side of Cronus. Flock gets a nice bomb, catching the Mercy in it. Silver picking Cammy as well.
Heck tries to do all he can, however it's not going to be too much as Cronus is really stabilized right here. They've kind of set up on point and there's not a whole lot that can stop him as VALOR tries to trickle on a point. Onyx taking out Cammy right before the point ends, and that is going to be it for round one. Beautiful push on the Cronus side. I mean, Cronus started off really well both maps, and they've looked very dominant so far in Lunar Colony. Do you think VALOR is going to turn that around?
More than definitely. Right now, what Cronus is doing. Apologies, I can't speak today.
Neither.
They're capitalizing on the fact that this is a very good map to run double sniper, and they have a lot of players who excel with hit scan players. VALOR, however, I don't think was really ready for the Widow pick because they were running a bunker, so they probably assumed they'd probably switch around to some spam damage. They did quite the opposite.
Yeah, Cronus did a really good job of holding lots of angles to initially dethrone the bunker. That being said, we are going to be seeing a double bunker, Torb and a Bastion from Cronus' side, being attacked by a Symmetra Goats again. So, in a lot of Goats where one of the tanks is swapped over to a DPS, it's usually the D.Va because Azaria bubbles the Rhine. Why do you think D.Va might be enforced instead of Azaria? Do you know?
I do know that VALOR is a really aggressive playstyle, but Cammy Wisp in particular exceeds all of the expectations we had for his Azaria with his D.Va. He's actually one of the most massive D.Vas in the league, so they're probably trying to capitalize more or less on Cammy's skill.
Yeah, it can definitely work, and I agree with you. I feel like it will work. The Sim initially pushing in to point. They opt to take high ground. As Bastion tries to put in...
not quite rotating yet. Giving VALOR a little bit of space to try and maybe push on them. They all TP back down to point. Can be putting a lot of pressure up there on that Bastion, forcing Flock to fly down. Flock getting dangerously close to being demeched here, but the Immortality comes out from the side of Cronus just to try and save the D.Va. However, Shock Life will take down the Immortality field. Onyx does pick Cammy though. The Coalescence comes out from the side of VALOR, but so does the tank from the side of Cronus. Not sure if it's enough. Cronus using quite a few ultimates here. Molten Core comes out. just to try and clean up some of the picks. Heck, doing his best to try and survive through this and do as much damage as he can here. Ambassador gets the pick on the flock, and Valor's pushing in with this, even though Shop Life is dead. The walls come out from Valor. Maybe a bit of a questionable move, but Cammy's able to touch point and apply a lot of pressure here. Using these shields to their advantage, Valor does manage to pick Pyro up on the high ground, giving them complete point control. Very surprised to see that Pyro didn't even try to contest the point. He just sat up there on the high ground and was hoping he could melt them all.
Yeah, no, the Mercy kept touching point and flying back to the Bastion in hopes to stall as much as she possibly could. That being said, it wasn't enough, as we see Sim teleport on the point, a Diva Bomb coming out, taking out the Orisa.
That's 3 picks in the favor of Valor here. Diva Bomb going a bit too high from Flock and getting caught on the beam. The res will come up on the Silver though. Valor immediately putting as much pressure on him as they can, just to try and stop the contest. The Mercy doing the best she can to contest, but she does get picked by Heck.
Yeah.
So Valor will have 5-ish minutes on the clock here, compared to the 4 minutes and like 18 seconds we have from Cronus.
Yeah, the thing about that is, once the Sim got set up on a point, there was basically no stopping her because of all the turrets and all the tanks that she had around her. Made it very hard for Cronus to actually reach that Sim. Now we're gonna be going in a time bank. Cronus is gonna be attacking. They have less time than Valor. We are gonna be seeing another bunker from Valor, and Cronus is going to stick with the triple DPS comp that won them first point.
What do you think Valor is gonna do a little bit differently this time around on defense?
So when talking about a bunker and when setting up top left of Lunar Colony, what you expect to have happen from a high level, high tier gameplay like Cronus is for Cronus to rotate, and then find different sight lines. And so you have to be faster on the positioning if you're going to be on Valor and trying to run this bunker, or you could just try to stop Cronus in its tracks altogether, i.e. stop a Hammond dive. But we're going to see what Cronus tries to do against the bunker comp. You see Hammond.
Valor's a bit more prepared for the double hit scan this time.
Yeah, Hammond does try to go into space to knock Orisa off again, but doesn't work, and he's coming around backside this time, taking the Orisa down.
Trying to poke around, catching the Tracer in the back. Tracer being a bit bold and doing some poke damage, trying to focus down the Junkrat, which she does actually end up doing, but the res comes up on the Cammy. Evens out the fight a bit here for Valor. Silver picks Tech pretty early on, no res for Valor now. Pretty crucial, missing your Bastion in the bunker.
Hammond was too low in health and got taken out by Cammy.
He's staggered now here for Cronus. It'd be smart to take a minute to back up and regroup. It seems like the supports are DPSing quite a bit. Flock gets picked by Heck. Onyx does manage to get Cammy though, but the res will come up from Valor.
A dive coming in from Hammond.
Nice Dragons, kind of forcing them to rotate here and managing to pick the Orisa.
The Bastion died while in the Immortality Field, and one thing to note about that is that Immortality Field is a line of sight ability. meaning that if it's around a corner but technically you're still within the radius, you are still not going to receive that immortality, and that's what ended up happening to that Bastion. We are going to be seeing a switch off of the bunker, and VALOR is going to opt for a dive, including a Sombra.
Ooh, nice picks coming out from Cammy. Trying to focus on getting rid of these mines now.
Tracer trying to do what Tracers do, poke around.
Not finding any picks, but they do make quite a bit of space for the Winston to push in here. VALOR being forced to rotate to point as Silver picks shop life, but a big tire comes out from Cammy, evening out the fight a bit. However, Cronus does kind of come back a little bit and pick both Ambassador and Cammy. Human doing his best to try and stall it out against this other Winston.
And so far, this does look like to be a one fight for VALOR.
And doesn't really find any worth. Like, gets the pick on the Silver, and he's managed to farm up EMP at this point.
However, something to note, again, is that Cammy's tire originally killed both supports, and it's excruciating, excruciatingly difficult to kill both supports and then not win the fight there.
Definitely. Heck gets the early pick onto the Widow. Onyx gets the pick onto Cammy though, so they're trading picks. It's evened out for both teams. Cronus is getting picks and pushing down onto point. The Valkyrie will come out for the side of VALOR as well as Primal. The rest comes up onto Heck. And there comes the EMP, actually massive, hacking all of the members of Cronus.
Yep, you're gonna have to get back and try to regroup.
Kinda getting trapped in this room down here for the stagger. Nicely done by VALOR. Onyx gets it really pick onto Cammy, wondering why Cammy might have switched off of Tracer and onto the Mei here. Bomb comes out from Rambo, and it's massive. It gets both Burt and Pyro. But Fox Bomb comes out too, picking Ambassador, giving the last remaining members of Cronus a little bit of space to push in. And not really able to do much. They get walled off from the choke. And that is a 1 point there.
I mean, Maze is a really good hero if the team knows how to play around it. And VALOR has shown through the first map especially that they know how to utilize a Mei. And so honestly, I don't doubt their decision, no matter like how out of nowhere it might have been. Because in that last point, VALOR looks like they know what they're doing, and we're gonna be seeing that on their attack. They have 5.5 minutes left to take the first point and grab a tick. I wouldn't say it's a big challenge, but anything's possible, and I'm a firm believer in that. Can you run by the comps through for us?
Sure. Okay, so on the side of Cronus, we're going to be seeing what's called floats. So they'll have an Ana and a Winston in their goats. As far as VALOR, what are you doing? VALOR's running beautiful, weird comp here. There we go. So we'll see Kimmy Wisp actually on the soldier this time, running standard 2. Nope. They're not running 2-2-2. Actually, they have triple support here with both a Sombra, a Soldier, and a Reinhardt. So a bit of a weird comp and a bit of a weird approach here.
They switched from the Soldier to the Diva last second.
So they will just be running Sombra goats here. So we're trying to do some poke damage, but can be putting some pressure on him, making him kind of back up a bit here. They will be trying to take the high ground here and try to force Cronus off of this bridge here. Heavy dive comes in from Cronus, but it's being punished by the goats here. Lucio is hacked and dangerously close to death. As VALOR completely dominates the high ground and forces them back down on the point.
Very strong high ground presence for VALOR, and that's going to hopefully turn into a point presence if you're a fan of VALOR.
There's a Flock, a hack on Flock. Silver gets the pick on the Heck though. And now it's not looking too good for VALOR here. Still trying to fight this though, the Coalescence will come out from Rambo. But 3 of his teammates are hacked and stunned. So there's not too much you can do. Cammy gets the pick on the Ghastly. And the bomb comes out from Cammy, making some space, but not finding any picks. Beat comes out from the side of his VALOR as well, and they're just pumping ults into this. Shop gets the pick onto Silver, and it's a massive EMP that comes out from Heck here.
And Ryan's
another pick onto Pyro, Cammy picking Flock as well. The grab comes out from the side of Cronus, trying their hardest to try and stall this out, but the hack comes onto the Zarya. Despite all of VALOR currently being antied, they keep fighting it and they're putting a lot of pressure, finally picking the Zarya. Picking the Lucio as well.
Yep, and
you're going to want to try and back out here and get set up for the next point, because it does seem that VALOR's going to try and snowball this and leave one person back on the point to contest it.
It's currently a 1-0 VALOR versus Cronus. VALOR's currently winning, and they have 3.5 minutes to get a single tick. A 5-man EMP. Very beautiful
yeah. From VALOR here. The Shatter comes out as well, and that is a 1 map for VALOR. The score is now 2-0. VALOR is up.
Yeah, and VALOR is gone a lot better through this map at cleaning up. And you can see through the capitalization of that EMP, even in that last fight. Like, you saw a 5-man EMP, and then in the next 3 seconds, all of them were dead. Very crucial if you're on VALOR. And so it's gonna be 2-0. VALOR is up. We're gonna be going into the third map, which is Eichenwald. Very fun map. You tend to see a good amount of widows here, but you never know.
Okay, I'll go check and ready stuff real quick.
Alright. Quick Shatter commenting, Winston Goats is not the best on this map. And
probably not.
I feel like that yeah, I felt like they were under the assumption that VALOR was going to be running some triple DPS comp or something along those lines, where dive tends to thrive against it. But alright, Eichenwald. That's the map.
I almost pinged Valkyrie on accident.
Hammond triple DPS is the best due to area structure. You know, I tend to agree with that because of the amount of crossfire and sightlines you could set up with a triple DPS comp. Hammond allows very fast gameplay. Cronus is ready. Is VALOR though?
No response from VALOR yet.
All right, looks like they're forfeited. No, I'm just kidding. Just said they are both ready. We're gonna be starting it up.
Are they both ready? They are both ready.
Yeah. Okay. That's the first time I looked on the chat this match. Yeah, I'll just relegate all that kind of stuff to you. Anyways, where we start to be seeing Eichenwald, as I said. I'm not going to be surprised if we see a sniper or two. Wouldn't also be surprised if we see triple DPS. I have seen Bunker
I've seen
played on this.
quite a bit today.
Yeah. Bunker, everyone's favorite comp, as long as you're the Bastion.
Definitely. We did see in today's earlier match with Imperfect and Express a bunker come out from both sides, attacking and defense. We did see a lot of Pharah gameplay, so I'm excited to see how both teams work around that.
Yeah, and right now,
Speaking of
we're
Pharah,
yeah,
Spyro.
we're gonna be seeing Pyro on the Pharah. Pyro being a very competent DPS to say the least. However, he is gonna be going up against Rambo on McCree, and so it's gonna be very exciting to see how that plays out. Another triple support solo tank comp from VALOR.
I just
Never mind.
a second realized that VALOR made a sub. We have Nakashima instead of Kami Wisp now.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice it, but
When did they make
yeah.
that sub?
I'm like, I didn't notice, but I mean, I'm better now than.
Nakashima Ana here.
Anyways, we're gonna see a pharmacy dip over the window, try to get some poke damage.
Farming is ult.
Yeah.
23%. Flock gets dangerously close to the D-Mech, and they will D-Mech him. Attack on the Mei. They are running this Widow again, though, but it seems like a tough one to beat with this Widow. Rambo doing quite a bit of poke damage here. Ambassador picking Silver as well as D picking Ghastly. Hey Toss, you should talk. Smile.
Yeah, maybe, I guess so. I was looking at the ult charges right now, as there are no ults that are currently online. However, we do see Pharah getting dangerously close to her ult. Pyro being able to utilize that, especially in Lijiang, that might be a thing. But however,
Nice pick
yeah.
on Pyro farming up his EMP here, not EMP, my bad. High Noon, Nakashima's coming close up onto the Nano, and they will have Full Hog as well. VALOR having almost quite a few ults coming online for them. We will see the Nano and the whole Hog come out, getting the pick onto Burke. Burke? I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Hog is pretty dangerous, got a nice hook onto the Zen there.
Hog definitely asserting his dominance right now, letting everyone know who the real DPS is in Overwatch. That being said, we are going to be seeing Mei, Orisa, Lucio, and McCree all have ults on VALOR. Meanwhile, there is no shortage of ults on the side of Cronus, as there are almost 4 ults there as well. Mei's looking for a wall as soon as Winston dives in. Never mind, gonna wall after the Zen pushes in. There is gonna be a far ult onto the Orisa. Yeah.
The Neil comes out, only really catching the Zen and the Hanzo, but they're leaving the Hanzo be. Not really doing much to him here. Giving him a chance to kind of back out and escape. Definitely a pick they should have utilized on, but it seems like they did it anyways, and they managed to catch him with the Roadhog.
They're staggering the D.Va. Only for a little bit though. Definitely good.
Still a good stagger nonetheless.
Yeah.
Flock will be coming online with Bomb, and there are 4 ults coming online for the side of Cronus compared to the 3 ults coming online for the side of VALOR.
Yeah, right now we are gonna be seeing no current switches from Cronus. But that being said,
Nakashima and Nakashima and Rambo probably looking for a Nano High Noon potentially. We will have 3 ults coming online because they have the Bongos as well, and they're farming up their whole Hog right now. Primal comes out for the side of Cronus as well as Valkyrie to probably try and keep that Winston up there. Pyro getting 2 picks on both non-human and tech.
McCree ult.
Pyro absolutely popping off right now, getting 2 more picks, killing 4 of them on his own, but Rambo gets to pick onto Ghastly and the Zen.
Not gonna be enough though.
Well, yeah, not enough for VALOR here. None of them really able to touch, they're more or less focused on getting regrouped. We'll see Hex switch onto the Sombra as well as Rainbow switching onto the Reaper here.
Yeah,
non-human on the Winston instead.
we're gonna be that Reaper is gonna be instrumental into almost deleting
Not
the
sure.
dive.
Not sure if Shop like meant to kill himself. We'll see if he switches. He
It's a
did. He's switching on to the Diva here. Nakashima getting picked pretty early.
Winston taking a lot of pressure. It's too much
The
for him as he
Flock
gets
getting a
picked.
nice pick on a non-human.
Right now we're be seeing four alts, almost four alts from Cronus. Meanwhile, the alt on Valor are relatively dry. Lucio and Sombra are kind of close to
They did
alt, but
just switch their entire comp right now, so they're probably going to start using these as dry fights to build up their ultimates here. We will have Beat coming online as well as EMP for the side of Valor though.
definitely. EMP comes online.
So EMP only managing to catch Flock, but it's still enough for Valor to clean up the picks. Dragons comes out from the side of Cronus, not fighting any picks. Flock is off the map, going for a reset here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think some of those alts I think could have been held. But overall, Valor able to hold their ground. Um, definitely can go both ways. I'll finish that thought.
Get a nice hack on the Flock there. Flock will be coming online with Diva Bomb though, as well as Transcendence, and getting close to Primal Rage from the side of Cronus. Nakashima will be popping Valkyrie here, just to try and keep his team up. The Reaper goes down for the side of Valor, and that's 2 picks from the Zen for the side of Cronus.
Zen showing his ability to heal and DPS. Cronus hoping to be able to push it past this bridge, the bridge being very deadly for boops and whatnot. Primal coming online that can possibly boop some people.
Shop Life getting a nice pick onto the Widow there pretty early on, evening out the fight a bit for Valor here. Primal Rage will come out for Cronus. Ghastly does get the pick up onto the Widow. A non-human does pick the Zen, however. But more picks are coming out for the side of Cronus. And it looks like a lost point here, potentially. As the Barrage comes out, but so does the EMP. Still trying to fight this here for Valor. There's just too many picks for Cronus. All that's left is this Diva. Trying to buy out some time just for her team to get back.
You know, very well executed on the side of Cronus. You need to cap that point, and they played that bridge very well. Especially the utilization of Pharah's height advantage, taking angles, and being able to put so much pressure onto Valor that their front line would basically crumble.
So we will have 2 ultimates coming online. Okay, well, I guess 1 ult now as Valkyrie comes out for the side of Valor for a bit of sustain. Heck, gets the pick onto, got time for that. The bomb comes out and it's pretty huge, picking Ghastly. Heck, picking Pyro as well with 53 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Cronus switching their comp up to more brawl centralized comp. We are going to see a Diva from Valor, and that's really useful to eat a lot of the Junkrat and McCree's damage. Some alts coming online for both teams. That Train's going to be very useful on Cronus' side if Cronus wants to push into Valor in a brawl centralized area.
The High Noon comes out from Rambo, looking for some picks here. Beat comes out as well. High Noon not seeming to find any picks. They will be coming very close to Death Blossom though. Reaper kind of looking for that Blossom here. Getting slept, but he does manage to get 2 picks as well as non-human getting res by Nakashima. Tiger comes out and it's massive. 4 kills come out to the side of Cronus, and that is a 1 fight. High Noon as well picking the Mercy, and that's a team kill for Cronus, giving them quite a bit of time and quite a bit of space to push the payload.
Definitely, that Tyre basically won the fight, and I'm not saying that Cronus wouldn't have won, but getting a quad with a Riptire definitely makes things a lot easier. Trust me.
Most definitely. Valor trying their best to contest this here. Getting a big shudder. The grab comes out, and it's just not enough to keep Cronus or Valor up right now. Ambassador did get a pick. Rambo getting a pick onto Burke, and Heck proving that he's one of the best Doomfists in the league yet again, and beating up Diana. I can't speak English.
Yeah, if you're on Valor's side, you're basically pretty stabilized right now. There's
Getting a nice pick onto Pyro. Comes the Meteor Strike, trying his best to keep the Hammond off, and the Hammond wasn't able to actually stay on the point there.
Yeah, Meteor Strike forcing everyone off the point, and no one's able to get on it. However, that is a very competent push, a very good push for Cronus. I would be happy with that if that was my attack as well.
Absolutely. We did get to see a lot of Heck again with the Doomfist, absolutely tearing it up, and it was a nice stall there from Valor.
Yeah, definitely. The Valor able to finally regroup, and essentially that's what won them that point. The thing about stalling is that you can't like completely trickle out if you're hoping to win, but Valor was able to get themselves composed. Anyways, this is a new round, and would you like to run the comps by us?
Okay, so for the side of Cronus here, we're going to be seeing a pretty standard bunker with actually a Pharah instead of, your standard Junkrat or Torbjorn. We will be seeing a heavy dive coming out here from Valor. They are running this end though. They're running triple support and a Pharah, so they're going to run Farmer C.
Yeah.
You might see Rambo switch off of this end maybe.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bunker with a Pharah. Definitely a lot of damage from different angles. Solid comps from both teams, and we're gonna be seeing who comes out on top here. Pyro's starting to get some poke damage onto Valor.
Sticking to the Zen, Valor even with the triple support here. Rick gets a pick on the Heck. Won't be any res though from the side of Valor. With the Mercy gets picked as well, the Bastion just completely dominating that choke right there.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do when your Mercy is gone except to regroup right now. And that seems to be what Valor's going to do. Very smart. They're not going to give any ult charge, and they're just going to back away for the time being.
I know they have some time, but they're still trying to kind of play it safe here. They will make a switch onto the Reinhardt instead of the Winston though.
I personally think that is that's a good switch.
Battle of the Pharmacies back behind the gate here when you unlock the first point.
Yeah.
Battle for the stat is Heck is putting a lot of pressure on Onyx. Onyx not quite backing down though, so they do have to pick onto Nakashima. Trading picks, Heck gets Baptiste as well as Rambo picking the Bastion. That's pretty huge there for Valor. Bastion does manage to get rezzed up, and it seems to be a lost fight for Valor.
Yeah, no, Pyro put a lot of damage and got, I want to say 3, I want to say 4, and I know 3, that fight. However, we're not going to be seeing a whole lot of shots come out from either Pharah right now. As if you're going to be winning, if you're going to be taking the point, if you're on Valor, you need to win this Pharah one-on-one.
Definitely. We will see Barrage coming out from both Pharahs though, as Cronus has 4 ultimates coming online compared to the 2 coming online for Valor. Here's the Barrage, not finding any work, but it does break the shield, however Heck dies to himself. Comes to Trans, trying his best to protect his team from the Barrage, but it just wasn't enough. Nakashima and Shoplife both go down. However, there goes the Bastion. The res will be coming up for the side of Cronus though. Pyro getting the pick onto non-human. And Cronus once again winning the fight.
Cronus is they're managing their ults really well. If you have a lot of ults, there's a huge temptation just to like press all their triangles, but right now they still have Supercharger and they still have Diva Bomb, whether they want to use that for offensively or defensively. They're Valor's gonna be switching onto the Soldier from the Pharah. I mean, on the Mei and the Soldier from their original DPS. Supercharger coming out as far as going to try to poke some more. Rambo falling to the Orisa and Pharah picking Nakashima. You can't really...
big place there for Cronus, shutting down the push before it even starts. Your VALOR, you just want to die or get out right now so that we have one last chance to regroup for the last fight.
The thing about that is that VALOR had a very split push. The tanks and I want to say a support, might have been a Mei, I think it's a Brig, went onto the left side on one side, and the other three went on to another, and Cronus was able to manage that before VALOR got multiple sites. Anyways, Mei is going to be...
That goes down very early in the fight.
Yeah, not good at all if you're a fan of VALOR.
No longer running the Mercy. They did switch to Mei goats though. Like switching off of the Mei and onto the Doomfist here, probably just to try to get that. They have Rambo on the Soldier. And the beat comes out from Nakashima. Doing their best. Here comes the Ant Matrix and the Bomb. Creating a lot of space on point there. There goes the Barrage. Does manage to find Shop Life, but Rambo does manage to pick Onyx as well. The Valkyrie comes up to the side of Cronus. VALOR just doing their best just to try and stay on this point for as long as they can.
Yeah, right now, all it's going to be is just some cleanup, and nobody else can get on the point for VALOR. Cronus is going to be taking map 3. There might be a reverse sweep coming on the line. Map 4 being Junkertown, right? Yeah, Junkertown.
The score is currently 2-1. VALOR is up. He's a beautiful tire for Onyx.
Yeah, Onyx basically, Onyx's tire basically stopped, not only stopped, I can't think VALOR right in their tracks, but essentially you have to regroup, and it's not only time, but it's also space. The score again is VALOR has 2 and Cronus is up on 1 map. There has a possibility for a map 5 Oasis being drawn out, but before think about a map 5, you're gonna have to look first for a map 4. Why don't you go and grab the ready sub confirmations?
How do you do it? Forehead?
I'm just narrating it. Escort.
Chief.
Yeah, you're just too big brain for me.
If you wanna maybe change the map so we don't have to see Eichenwald again.
I did. Don't worry. As the commentators are becoming extremely hostile. I'm just kidding. But they're both ready, right?
Yes, both teams are ready.
All right. Let's start it again. I mean, Junkertown, similar to Eichenwald, has a lot of possibility for Bastion, and Pirate Ship first being big on the scene on Junkertown. I remember queuing in the comp, and every time you go into Junkertown, it's just like oh, they're gonna run Bastion type of thing. However, we're gonna be looking at this this map. What else do you think teams are gonna be running?
Well, I know for a fact we're gonna. Oh, actually, just kidding. Cammy Wisp isn't here anymore, which is. I find it kind of odd that they didn't sub Cammy back in for Junkertown, especially because Cammy seems to dominate with Junkrat on this map. So I'm not entirely sure what to expect from VALOR here. We will be seeing them run a pretty standard bunker with the Pharah once again. Meanwhile, Cronus will be running a Widow and an Ana as well as a Zen, so that's a lot of pressure that's going to be put onto that Pharah there.
Yeah, the thing about Cronus's bunker is that you don't have the Mercy for the res, and you don't have the Baptiste for the Immortality field. That being said, you still have the Anti-Nade for another bunker, which is almost instrumental. in to taking out a Bastion. VALOR just now setting up on defense.
Shield getting melted pretty quickly there. Rainbow does manage to pick Pyro really early on, and there's no mercy on the side of Cronus for that res. Cronus will be taking a moment to back up and regroup. Their Bastion back up onto the cart there. Oh, they did. They switched off of the Bastion Pyro, switching onto a Hanzo, as well as Silver switching onto a Hammond here.
Yeah, they opt to take a dive sort of approach to this. And whether it's gonna work or not might not matter if the payload is just gonna sit there. That being said, it looks like Cronus is focused on winning the fight before
This is Ana kind of pushing the payload a little bit there, testing it, but not really ready for the crossfire that's coming from the Bastion here. Ambassador gets an early pick onto Silver, and they also pick the Ana, so that's them shutting down the fight for Cronus before it's even really started.
Pyro tried to go close quarters onto the Bastion, but Rambo decided to stuff a barrel down Pyro's throat.
A nice slam comes out from the Hammond here, but a lot of pressure's being put on him.
Yeah.
Not really dropping too low as far as health goes. The Ant Matrix comes out, and it's a bit like odd positioned as well as the shield there. But Cronus will have sights actually. They're coming up on Nano and Transcendence here. Meanwhile, VALOR will have Bomb, Valkyrie, and Configuration Team.
Yeah, and Cronus isn't really making any headway as of now. Their Rissa just got. Yeah.
As well as roasting up that Ursa there.
Tracer being taken out.
Heck here. A beautiful bomb coming out from Ambassador, between both the Hanzo and the Junkrat.
We are going to be looking at more than enough ult coming out from either team. Notably, almost 5 ults from Cronus, as they haven't been able to make a whole lot of headway into this. Him being taken out.
Trying to farm up his EMP here. They still have configuration tank. They're coming up on bongos and the Ant Matrix as well as Valkyrie. We will have 5 ultimates for the side of Cronus there. Most of the Junkrat come out from Annex, trying to do some spam damage onto that shield, opening up a way for them to pick up the Bastion. Ambassador necking the clock and Heck picking them off.
And now, honestly, if you're on Cronus, you're either looking to put in a bunch of damage or somehow manage to rotate around this Bastion.
And there come the dragons, putting a lot of pressure on that Bastion. They're not quite able to get out of it.
However, that Bastion is getting rezzed again.
They're trying their best to take point control here.
We are going to be seeing a D.Va try to dive the badass, or Ghastly.
Nice immortality field. A really nice EMP comes out, hacking both the Ana and the D.Va. But Cronus is just cleaning up the picks here.
Yeah, Cronus is able to take down this bunker in a beautiful style. That being said, ults are relatively dry. You're going to see Tracer with a pulse bomb. Yeah. See Tracer with a pulse bomb. That being said, pulse bomb's basically a cooldown at this point. However, there is going to be a swap from Tracer to Widow. Alright, Diva is going to be staggered. Right now, Widow is going to pick the wrist up before dying to the Sombra. And Cronus is winning this fight currently. They're not having too much of a difficult time sort of pushing the payload through the second checkpoint. That being said, Diva Bomb coming out does not find anything.
Very clutch Winston bubble, actually. Had that bubble not gone through, most of Cronus would be dead right
Yeah.
now.
And right now it's relatively even. EMP coming out.
Not enough time though. They do still get that point. Now Valor's kind of just trying to back out here a bit.
Yeah. Whether Diva is still trying to get alt charge and before falling to Cronus doing some tactical crouching onto VALOR. VALOR regrouping right now and hopefully going to take on Cronus at the bend.
What comes out from Silver?
Primal displacing some of the members, but not gonna do anything in its entirety.
Finding the Sombra with the bomb, huge pick from the side of Cronus here. They may just be able to take this to a map 5.
Yeah, Cronus is managing VALOR really well right now.
Especially with the version of their ultimates, their ult coming is very good right now.
Yeah, right now you're just trying to get on the point if you're on VALOR. Winston being nanoed, kind of a scary thought. However, there is no contest as round 1 is complete, and Cronus has about a minute, give or take, on the clock.
Minute 16.
Anyways, we are going to be looking at AL cap by Cronus, 1 minute and 16 left. However, VALOR really strong in the bunker, and it took 3 minutes for Cronus to be able to take it down. Do you think that they're going to run pirate ship?
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. I'm expecting a pirate ship here. And the pirate ship will win. Both sides will be running a Fashion, Marissa, and a Baptiste. So a little bit of mirroring comps here.
One thing about Cronus's bunker comp that VALOR, in my opinion, has exceeded is that VALOR is a lot more sustainable. Cronus wasn't able to get on the payload initially, whether that was lack of coordination or just too much damage or a mix of both. However, VALOR needs to be able to get onto the cart first before doing damage. An initial sleep on the Bastion. Can't really get on the cart right now. Widow trying to make some headway onto the shield. Immortality field coming out this early. Being taken down. Bastion being exposed. Yeah. However, Cronus is falling. They're taking too much damage. They're going to be having to back up for the time being, and a very smart move.
Ambassador taking a lot of pokes here. Ghastly. I think it's best to keep up his team right now. Charging up Nana as well.
1 second.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, gamer. Heck, gets a nice pick on the Pyro as well. And picks Ghastly. Heck, proving to be a very flexible DPS player so far this series. Valor will take that first point with 5 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Definitely, probably going to have a better time bank than Cronus here. Heck gets hooked off of the high ground, but his team is there to back him up and help him. We will see 4 ultimates coming online for the side of Valor compared to the almost 3 ultimates coming from the side of Cronus.
Yep, okay. I'm back. Where have you...
Heck popped, bruh.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Heck always pops.
Bomb comes out from the side of Valor, not finding any picks, but making some space here. Heck,
Does force out Trans.
Does manage to actually pick him off. Rambo getting the pick on the Ghastly. Block cover will take out Rambo, and Heck is popping yet again, keeping both tanks from Cronus. Oh, but Cronus has a Widow of their own, and it's not giving Heck any room to breathe here. It's the Battle of the Widows. Shop manages to pick Annex though.
Yeah, Shop continuing to dominate as a support. And something you can see is that Shop being very valuable to his team, giving a lot of healing to his team as a Zen. We saw Transcendence come to balance out the Dragon a while back. And if you're Cronus, you can only hope to be able to stop the damage before it gets to your team, really. Whether it means taking sight lines or having a diva just straight up run into it with DM.
Valor does still have about 5 minutes on the clock here just to kind of roll through this point. Cronus giving them a lot of room to push and leaving the cart pretty much uncontested. Speaking of uncontested, there's Heck taking a lot of very cheeky pop shots and popping sights as well. Kind of seeing if he can get that pick, and he does. He gets the pick onto Silver pretty early on, which is a huge pick for Valor here.
Ambassador did manage to eat the Dragon before it got to the Bastion, which could have been very fatal. Anti-nade onto the Bastion does manage to take him out. And
like, still trying to look for these squishies here just to see if he can catch them. Shop Life gets a fire right here. We will see Heck pick the Ana. Doing a lot of damage onto this Winston here. The Winston finally has enough of it and tries to dive Heck.
And it works. Yeah, no, honestly, the anti-nade on the Bastion was absolutely massive. But it wasn't able to, it was able to later clean up the Bastion, and that's what came of that fight. You take the Bastion off cart, and the rest of the pirate ship essentially falls.
If we're being honest here, I think Cronus' biggest mistake is leaving this Widow uncontested. This Widow is taking out tanks like no tomorrow, and switching off of the Widow was a really weird switch, as he was actually able to win the Widow duel, and probably could have done it more than once if he just stayed on Widow. Because they did have Pyro or on the Hanzo now, but they're still just leaving this Widow uncontested. The only one I have ever seen to die this Widow this far is the Winston, and they received 1 hit from it. Other than that, oh, here we go. Speaking of which.
Yeah, that being said, Valor...
Just accepting defeat there.
Valor is going to have to back up, and they have just under 3 minutes left. Still a healthy chunk of time to be able to find a comp that might work against Cronus' strong defense. Annex having Death Blossom, that could be really useful. And Rambo is going to play Reaper to hopefully put enough damage into the tank line. Taking a high ground position. Death Blossom coming out, taking 2 out.
Getting a nice pick onto the Annex from Rambo over here. Or not Rambo. Yeah, no, Rambo picked him. Trying to deal some damage is Heck switched off of the Widow and onto the Green. He almost has High Noon already. Trying to poke around this high ground a bit just to see if he can get out. He does manage to get the stun onto the Wisdom and farms this high noon here.
Yep. Again, Cronus is basically just taking time off the clock for VALOR. One of our viewers asked if we are on teams. I am on Aporia Esports. That being said, Sunkissed Stars is on Valkyrie. Probably the two best teams in the league. No big.
Bold words.
Bold move. Anyways, we are seeing a lot of alts that Cronus has compared to the relatively poor alt economy from VALOR as of recently. Diva Bomb coming out after the trans.
Oh, goodness, it does actually manage to catch Heck as he comes out of Cryo Freeze just a second too early there. Speaking of Heck, he's switching around heroes like a mad lad and farming his ult relatively quickly. We will see almost 3 ultimates come online for the side of VALOR here as Heck switches to a Zarya, actually. Will they be keeping the Reaper? Or will they be swapping it to fit goats? They are going to keep the Reaper here.
Yeah, if you'll be swapping on the onto a triple tank comp as they are right now, they're going to be running into this Lucio Moira set of heals, a lot of burst healing, hopefully attempting to run Cronus over with the amount of damage they're going to put out.
Let's just find any picks, but B comes out as well as Primal from the side of Cronus. And that's 2 picks for VALOR here. Shop Life cleaning it up onto Onyx. However, Onyx is not leaving him unpunished. Rambo picks Ghastly as well. And the last minute ults, Flock trying his hardest to try and contest this point. He's not quite able to do it.
Yep, and VALOR is going to take all 3 points. Although they didn't have any time left compared to the 1 minute and 16, now 2 minutes and 16. It's definitely still winnable for each of these teams, and that contention for a Math 5 is still available. We're seeing a shorter time span here, as right now similar comps are probably going to be run. Yeah. All right. Yeah. VALOR is going to be running a bunker comp as it looks. Meanwhile, Cronus does have a dive comp, running a Hanzo and a Pharah for a lot of long range poke, or they can even dive closer into the bunker with the tanks. Just looking at these comps, who do you think has the upper hand?
If I'm being honest, I feel like it's VALOR here. They're gonna pirate ship it, and we've seen that VALOR has, like, they're able to sustain themselves very well running a bunker. And seeing Heck on the Widow? What? Nope, Heck, just kidding. Heck switched off to the Mate, actually. Very interesting. We'll see Ambassador diving straight for that Widow there, but the Widow does manage to actually pick Rambo, and they don't have a Mercy to contest that. Or to res up. We'll see Diana up on the high ground here, being left uncontested. Actually managing to get a sleep onto Ambassador here. Ambassador's back up, but Heck goes down.
Yeah, Bastion's still on the cart, just kind of chugging away towards first checkpoint.
VALOR trying their hardest to get this as far as possible, as Cronus will have 2 minutes and 16 seconds to push this. There's the Bastion, Flock taking him. Rainbow did manage to get silver though, but Flock is taking no shares, actually decimating VALOR right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the dragons get eaten by Ambassador. That's pretty huge, but they managed to hit him. Tracer doing their best to try and contest. Rainbow trying really hard, but falling a little bit too low. No one else quite able to touch the point here. As Cronus is just too aggressive right now. And they puts up the wall and potentially dooms himself with that wall. Comes to Hammond, still trying his hardest to stall out time so that his team can get back. Ooh,
Yeah.
he does get slept and it's pretty fatal there. Primal comes out, just smacking the Hammond around. No one from VALOR able to live through that.
Yep. Very unfortunate if you are a fan of VALOR. That being said, VALOR can still definitely bring it back, as we saw the initial bunker that VALOR had to impose onto Cronus. We're going to be looking to see if that is going to be the case again. Cronus has 2 minutes and 16 seconds to push it past, just past the second bend.
What do you think, Toss? Do you think that VALOR is going to be able to clutch out the win here, or do you think that they're going to push it to a map 5?
You know, I've seen through these 4 maps, I've seen a lot of back and forth, but I feel like I can confidently say off these comps right now that VALOR is going to close out here. As much as I like Cronus, I think VALOR is going to be able to put an end to the amount of shenanigans that VALOR is going to be able to put an end to these shenanigans that Cronus is trying to get away with. That being said, there are 2 minutes and 16 seconds, as I'll remind everyone here. So there can be a variation of comps being swapped around.
Alright, I agree. I really feel like VALOR's going to be able to clutch this out. We know that they're a strong team, and now we get to see just how strong they actually are.
I see a Hammond flanking, trying to knock some people off. Does knock basically everyone off except the Bastion. Beautiful execution. Bastion going down.
Can't escape here. Oh. Shoppa getting the res back up onto the Bastion. That's pretty crucial here for VALOR. Trading picks, they pick the Hammond as well, but Block is taking no prisoners once again, forcing VALOR to back up here. And if VALOR can't touch the point soon, that's going to be a lost game for them. And nobody is able to touch the cart.
That was actually... Oh man, that would...
actually executed the attack from Cronus there. Probably catching VALOR very off guard.
That Hammond flanking was definitely the highlight of this map, and I would argue that it is also the highlight of the match. Basically won Cronus that game. We are going to be going on to a map 5. It's going to be tied up 2-2. And map 5 being Oasis, definitely a bit of variation from our other maps. Some of our maps, like Junkertown, is like you kind of not had to play bunker, but bunker is a pretty safe bet. Some maps like Eichenwald, you can dive, you can utilize high ground. There are a lot of snipers, whatnot. Oasis is basically just a cluster of all those playstyles. I can't really think of, especially let's say City Center, the map with a jump pad. There is a lot of variation. I don't know if there is a single thing you can't run on those. That being said, I'm gonna be switching it to Oasis. Let's just wait for the captains to confirm, as they've probably already done. I'm just being being slow.
I wasn't on it this time. Oh no, I wasn't on it this time.
Oh, let's go. I'm useful.
Forehead.
They do? All right.
Yeah, no, they haven't. No, I swear to God, if you start it right now, I will say not nice things to you off of stream.
Entering match.
Okay, VALOR is ready. Waiting on Cronus. Oh, did we announce the score? Score is 2-2 now.
Yeah. Someone is asking if they can join. This is an official match. Yeah, this is an official match. You cannot join unless you are on one of the teams.
And if you are on one of the teams and you are in the lobby, you cannot be watching the stream.
Apparently he's an FA, so don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, no, Chief Mabi, you cannot join, sir. Just gotta watch the stream like everybody else. Still waiting on Cronus for an answer.
And it looks like Valkyrie's gonna be forfeiting this. No, I'm just kidding.
No, what? No, Valkyrie.
A Valkyrie taking the 4-0 in a match, taking the 0-4 in a match that they're not even in.
You know what? Would not surprise me.
So, how's it going?
Kinda waiting for this bum to answer. Mr. The Flock 007 has left the chat apparently. On job, bro. Just want to see this map 5. I want to see VALOR clutch it. I'm really rooting for them here.
Yeah, you know, sometimes we have to make sacrifices for the sake of our league. My dinner has been cold for 15 minutes now.
I forgot I was even supposed to cast this match, and that's a weird channel.
Yeah.
Also, the sky is like red outside, so I think I'm gonna die, but at least I get to like watch VALOR clutch it out before I die.
Anyways,
Wow!
no big. I'll just let you have fun with that one there. I'm just gonna walk away. There's someone.
How does the chat feel about this? Chat feel like who does chat feel like's gonna win?
There's someone in the chat who is not even in the league. If I will try to get to you soon, yeah. I'll just try to send you a link to the league if you want to join. It is an esports league with basically all SRs. Most SRs are welcome, right? Yeah, except like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. You should be fine on that regard.
Thank you, Mr. Boba Fett. Very cool. Still waiting. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, both teams are ready.
Alright, great. We're going to be starting up map 5 on Oasis.
Slide us your predictions for this game. Smile.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not surprised that it's a map 5 looking at each of these teams. We saw Cronus on maps 1 and 2 have a very strong start, but they just kind of died out near the middle of the match. But maps 3 and 4 definitely went their way. They got a bit more out of them. Now we're here on Oasis. What do you think we're going to be seeing right now?
I mean, if I'm being honest, Oasis, a lot of different comps can work. I'm very certain we're going to see a dive from one of the two teams, though.
And you're right.
On the side of Cronus, they will be running dive. On the side of VALOR, I keep forgetting VALOR's name.
It's not Valkyrie.
If I can count, they're running goats. If
Yeah.
not, then they not.
It's like a 1, 2, 3. I mean, like, Brick's basically a damage. I play with Ryan like a damage. I play with Ryan like I play my Sombra flanker. Anyways, we are gonna be seeing these teams clash into each other. Goats having a stronger presence than Dive. That being said, all is possible. You see a pharmacy being up in the air currently, trying to put damage onto this 3-3 composition. VALOR moves on to point.
On the Cronus here, with more than half of their members falling down into critical health. Ambassador picks Pyro as well as Heck picking Lucio. These are huge picks here for VALOR. Nakashima picking Silver Boot.
Annex being really low on health.
Battle of the Divas here.
Yeah.
Annex falling as well.
Ambassador is playing really well right now. being one of the most important players on VALOR, putting a lot of pressure on Afara. You can't do a whole lot when there's a diva basically in your face 100% of the time.
Oh, that's cheeky, man. We see non-human popping with the laugh emote. Actually toxic, dude.
Yeah, we're be seeing shots in game called out, starting with Cronus's tactical crouching on map 3. Anyways, I saw it. Anyways, we're gonna be seeing a Farah barrage.
Ambassador punishes it. The grab comes out, and it's pretty huge. It couches too. It couches the Reinhardt as well. But there's really no follow-up from it, allowing the Rein to go pretty deep in there, still unpunished.
The point presence for VALOR is currently falling, and right now...
Doesn't manage to pick anyone, but gets their Zarya maximum charge. Heck gets the pick onto the Ana. Actually, massive play from Heck here. Pyro picking Heck though. Shockwave doing the best he can to like try and, you know, contest this. A lot of VALOR's back up on the point, maintaining their point presence, and that's a one fight for VALOR.
Yeah, no, something I wanna show. I caught this too. Something I wanna show for those watching is that there's a diva bomb that the Doomfist wasn't going to be able to escape, but the Flock jumped in between the diva bomb and the Doomfist with a bubble and saved Pyro.
A massive play by Flock. Then that could have been like a fight-changing bomb there. Shatter comes out from both sides, and that's 2 picks in the favor of VALOR, as well as him eating the grab. It was a nice eat that came from Ambassador, proving again that he's one of the more valuable players of VALOR here.
Yeah, right now you're just hoping to try to stay on a point if you're on Cronus. Reinhardt coming back, having a bit more point presence.
Honestly, if you're Cronus here, you're gonna want to be focusing down Ambassador and focusing down Heck.
Yeah.
Zarya and the Diva here are probably their biggest problem, and do the double. Here comes Heck with 2 picks onto Cronus.
Reinhardt died with the 99 on the Nano, which is kind of a rough one, but what can you do about it as VALOR goes up 1-0? This is do or die for Cronus. What do you think Cronus is gonna need to do to come back?
Honestly, I feel like they're gonna need to start using their ultimates. We saw that they had 4 or 5 ultimates online that fight and only used Shatter.
Yeah. Honestly, whoever uses their ultimates first will have a massive advantage. One of those examples is Li Jiang back at map 1 when Sombra EMPs. It's generally too late for both teams. That being said, we are going to be seeing a Goats variant from Cronus as well.
Running the Sombra Goats and just classic Goats coming out from the side of VALOR. Going back to the OG days, we've seen classic Goats run quite a bit in our league, as well as Sombra Goats. Sombra Zen Goat seems to be the most popular variation as far as our league goes.
Yeah, but
Ambassador getting a nice pick on the badass Ghastly. Nakashima, Battle of the Bricks, and Nakashima comes out on top.
yeah, a lot of playing Goats is knowing your place, and it was clear to see that VALOR is a lot better at that. They don't tend to overextend as much in this map. And right now, there's a massive shatter.
Shatter comes out from the silver. Not a whole lot of follow-up though from his teammates. They do manage to win this fight though with 3 picks.
Reinhardt being hacked on VALOR. Non-human very low. And a Nano.
He managed to keep him up as he plays around that corner there. A lot of ults coming out from the side of Cronus,
not Valkyrie. Anyways, there's a massive shatter.
Shatter coming out from the silver. A not so big shatter, however, coming out from non-human. This Valor's being pushed back into spawn here. Ghastly getting 2 or 3 picks of his own.
People are in the chat are criticizing goats and criticizing the team for playing goats. Someone saying, "Be honorable, stop playing goats."
It's not if it ain't broken, certainly no reason to fix it.
Yeah.
Another massive shatter coming out from Silver. An absolutely beautiful play. Silver kind of proving that he might be one of the top tanks in our league, alongside Kenneth and Mr. J.
And Axe Grid.
Oh, and Axe Grid.
No, I was kidding. Now they're calling the goats cowards. Anyways, it's important to note that 5 ults were used by Cronus in that last fight. Their 6th being the Brig rally.
There's
And
really not too many ults coming on for VALOR either. It's really just a battle of abilities now. With Cronus at 99%, VALOR needs to take this right now if they want to secure this win. There's Heck back on the Doomfist again. He is hacked though. Critical health. Rambo gets to pick onto the Brigida, and VALOR's trying really hard to stall this out here. Ryan trying to shatter, he does manage to get it off, but he gets picked before anything can happen to the Lucio. Only 3 of Cronus left on point, and the grab comes out as well as the Transcendence. The Trans seems to save the Ryan, but leaving him behind as he gets back.
EMP coming out.
Heck trying to do his best to secure some kills here, but there's not too much he can do. Can't even touch point. He does manage to whip his uppercut, trying to get back up onto the point. VALOR's gonna have to come back strong here on this next point if they want to secure their win.
Yeah, someone asking if this is basically a DIY Overwatch League. Yeah, I guess so.
DIY Overwatch.
Why not? Anyways,
Oh my goodness. Goats isn't. CJ says Goats isn't meta. It's meta in leagues, dude. It may not be meta in comp anymore, but it's still meta in Overwatch leagues.
It's meta for basically 3 of the 4 maps.
He's not one of the best, like probably top 15.
Top 15, yikes.
That's very
This is
still after the DIY Overwatch League.
definitely made my day.
Let's just triple DPS as meta or bunker. Well, yeah, meta in normal comp, but again, this is like our league. This is a meta for our league, so. I feel like that sometimes. Goats is easily counterable now.
Anyways, we're gonna be seeing both teams push into each other. Ryan taking the brunt of a lot of the team's damage. Cronus' Ryan looking very low right now. However, getting healed by the Ana. High charge Zaryas are going to be putting a lot of damage onto their respective teams.
Ryan's non-human dropping dangerously low here.
Is going to fall.
Looking at the Sombra in the back. Or, I'm sorry, not Flock, Ambassador. Nakashima will have Nano. Rally comes out, and they do have Shatter as well. This puts VALOR in a pretty good positions as far as ultimates go. However, they, Cronus will have EMP, Grav, Shatter, and Nano coming online. Here comes the EMP and the Shatter, absolutely massive Shatter coming out from Silver here, followed by the big EMP. That's a 1 fight for Cronus, still maintaining control over the point.
Yeah.
Goes off from that set. VALOR goes again.
Using 3 ults there, definitely not a bad fight for each other's teams. That being said, there are going to be basically 4 ults for each team. Grav coming out from each side. Nano is going to keep the Rhine up a lot more. A Diva Bomb coming out in response, possibly defensive. only gets the brig, but that's not gonna be enough as the Ana is left alone. Cronus is pushing really hard for that Ana. Does finally kill her, and another fight. There's probably gonna be 1-2 fights left, but probably closer to 1 fight left for VALOR. They're going to need to put everything they have into this one. Right now, Cronus is slowly backing off. They're backing up the point, try to waste time. Just a slight contest. Sombra does tries to harass the Ryan. Doesn't get a whole lot. That being said, Ryan goes down, both beats come out, and VALOR is trying to run on the point. A rally comes out to try to reinforce this fight for VALOR. That being said, it's not so easily won, as overtime is starting to come down. Ana is getting dove on by D.Va. A Boostio comes out, everyone's favorite. Grav and EMP come out with a massive anti, and Cronus looks like they're going to be taking this reverse sweep. Right now, Reinhardt gets booped away from point, and it is going to be a fantastic fight. Cronus is able to win this map and win the series. Fantastic plays from either team. Good game to both teams. Absolutely amazing play. We saw a lot of back and forth there, and it's really interesting to see that a team that is down 2-0 can come back and win 3 maps in a row. Being down 2-0 is kind of demoralizing, but Cronus is able to push through it. Cronus is taking it 3-2. Son, you still here? We're looking at, and VALOR is going to be up for some interviews. I'm currently inviting people, so that's why the game is Hey, how's it going? Make sure you have audio sharing on right now to avoid any issues. Alright.
it in
Go to party settings and then it should say audio sharing always allow. Make sure you have audio sharing on non-human.
Yeah, I was laughing here. Good. Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Switch that to whatever. But anyways, so you guys played a very nice game, and
Yeah,
three,
very close.
yeah, 2-3. You can't really, you can hope for the win, but honestly, it's as close as it'll get. What do you think you could have improved on in order to win that last map?
Probably this time around would be ult usage. I think our ult usage after the first two maps, it got a little shoddy. We're making the same calls we usually did.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody just got on their seat, especially since last week we had the same thing happen.
Yeah.
So I think everybody saw that us getting up 2-0 and then got nervous or something, and so we stopped talking as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-human, anything to say about that, or?
No, he's pretty much point on there. Just communication and pointing things out, like where we're gonna put like our ults and do our plays.
Yeah, it's honestly really, it can be really difficult to talk even if you don't want to talk, and there got to be people who step up there. Anyways, what do you guys like? You guys had a few really good diva bombs that kind of closed out some fights. Would you consider your diva players to be some of the best, or?
Well, they definitely perform. We have plenty of people that can play diva at a high level, and so we definitely rely upon them to do their job.
Yeah, no. It was like, it was just kind of like there's another good diva bomb. Oh, there's another 2-man. Oh, there's a 3-man, like that type of thing. And it was really clear to see that for the first two maps, Cronus went up. Like they looked like they had you guys, but you guys just kind of halted them and pushed it back for the first two maps. Why do you think that was? Was that like a morale issue, like a morale thing, or?
I think it helped, especially having Cammy. Cammy, you've seen Cammy. He's crazy
Yeah.
at Junkrat. Other than that, it was. I think it's ultimately we've played the crap out of those maps. Not even in practice, just in other games. That just happen to play them on more than the other maps.
Mm-hmm.
We've got solid strategies down for them. But I think ultimately it comes down to strategy more than anything else.
This one is for non-human. How would you describe the pressure being put onto you as tank?
Well, it is tough at certain situations, such as those last 3 games we played. It's just difficult when you're getting focused the most out, and I just have to hope that my team has my back.
Yeah, no.
You know?
As a main tank, you kind of have to rely on your healers for a bit.
Yeah.
Because like they're the ones keeping you alive. And something I could say about VALOR is that you guys were probably one of the most controlled teams I've ever seen. You guys didn't overextend a whole lot, and you guys didn't get punished. It was a great game. And do you guys have any other comments?
Well, about your previous comment.
Yeah.
I think that ultimately comes down to the people we've requested. I guess it wouldn't be hired, but ultimately, almost all of us are pretty cool-headed people, and even the ones that aren't crazy like some of the people on other teams.
Yeah.
So it's a very non-toxic atmosphere, and everybody's always listening to call-outs and whatnot. So as long as we keep giving out the call-outs, everything works fine.
Yeah. No. You guys did really well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good game.
Yeah,
GG.
Now I need to go grab the others, so you guys can step out if you haven't. All right. We'll be waiting on Cronus to be coming in here. Hey. If you can invite Ghastly in here, that'd be great. If you didn't already get in here, but...
There, I suggested him.
Alright. See if we can get get him under in here to kind of facilitate this.
In.
Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, your coach can unmute for this.
American. Oh, Legacy's here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going? Alright. Alright, so American, if you're here, you can chime in whenever you want. But that was honestly such a fantastic game to watch. Beautiful reverse sweep to you guys. Congratulations on the win. First thing I want to ask is, you guys are down 2-0. How do you find the morale to keep going? Both of you guys can answer this, by the way.
I don't really know. Like, I guess we went into the game with like a set comp because we knew they played goats. Like, I watched their VODs, we knew they played goats, and so we were gonna play like Somber Doom. It wasn't working. But ultimately, like, looking at our standings, I think we're like 4th to last. Like, we're doing awful, and so we just kind of realized, like, yeah, we're down 2. Just, you know, play for fun, play for the win. You know, everyone got, you know, they didn't get mad. You played to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And we played better. We focused up, and
yeah,
there's just
for
a
me,
switch.
I just played a Brain Dead Hero, Mercy. So just turned my head off, and they did the rest of the work. I just supported them. They did everything. You know.
Yeah, no, you guys definitely some consistency in your team, and once you got that first map under your belt, it's just kind of like this reverse sweep possible, you know. Anyways, what do you guys think you guys are strong with? What are you guys' strengths?
Definitely the opener maps, and that's why I think when we're down 2, we realized, like, those 2 maps were inside, and they were playing May, and we just couldn't figure it out. And so once we got, you know, Eichenwald, and once we got Junkertown, and it's more open, we can, you know, get the Widow Farah going, and it just suits our playstyle a lot better, with dive especially. For inside, and suited them, and it suited us better being outside, and not running goats.
Yeah, no, it's like you have to find other counters to goats, whether you have luck with one thing or another thing. You guys had really good Farah play, I'll say that much. Definitely put some pressure onto the team comps, especially near Eichenwald, but it was pretty relevant through most of the game. That being said, what do you guys think you guys can improve on going forward?
Gasly?
I would say comms. Because there's some times where our comms are cluttered. We're telling each other to focus on one target, but then there's that one person in the background just saying, "Oh, brig low," but everyone's saying Rhine, and you know, comms get cluttered here and there. And then there's times where we have downtime where we're not saying anything. It's just like we're too focused in the game, not focusing on what's next. Like, we're not calling ults, we're not checking ults, we're not checking positioning, nothing like that. So I would say comms is something that we can improve on.
Yeah, very important, because like you either have a team that's like real comms are really cluttered, as you guys said, and then you have a team that just kind of falls silent during a team fight, and you gotta have those people who stand up, and it's kind of visible to when you guys kind of form like shaped up a bit, you know. This question goes out to you, Flock. You played a fantastic Zarya through a lot of that game. I can't remember a moment where you weren't on high charge, but what do you like? Would you consider yourself really synergized with your main tank, and if so, how?
Yeah, I don't know. Just Silver the main tank, Silver boot. I think he's been on the team for, guess how long has Silver been here? 3 months? Something like that. I don't know, I've just always been, like, even, you know, they had OMG Ambassador. He was actually our former main tank. I don't know, you just, especially with Ryan Zarya, you just learn their play style, and, you know, he knows when he's low, back up, and he generally knows. Like I don't tell him when I bubble. He just kind of knows like, oh, Fox gonna bubble me, you know.
Yeah.
Around now and then peaks and we just.
Yeah.
And he's the shot caller too, so it really helps. I just stick to him and whatever he's on, I'm on, and it goes really well.
Yeah. Once again, wonderful game. Congratulations to you guys. Do you guys have any final comments?
GG Valor. That's what I gotta say.
Anything else? Yes.
I
No,
didn't
maybe so?
guess I died.
No. All right.
No, I'm sleeping. I would like the last thing I would like to say is, you know, it was fun competing a year with Cronus. Wow.
Yeah.
I am stepping down as you know, main roster and just stepping down as a sub and possibly team captain. So
Yeah.
it was a
Wow.
good last game. Good last game.
Yeah, definitely a nice reverse sweep, a nice win to have under your belt for your last game. Great job, guys. Like, that's, like, sincerely, you guys did fantastic, and hope you guys only get better on from here.
Same. Cause we suck.
No, you're doing great.
Garbage.
You're doing great. Anyways, you guys can go now if you want, but as I'll wrap up this stream, a wonderful game from both sides. We got a reverse sweep. Cronus finally taking the title here, taking the series, and I'll hope to see you guys later. This was Toscares along with Sunkissed Stars, who had to go make rice, and and I'll see you guys later. Take care.